Hey everyone! Do you ever wake up tired, even after 8 hours in bed, or feel grumpy, stressed, or anxious for no clear reason? Your sleep habits might be affecting your mental health way more than you think. It's about recharging our brains. In today's video, we'll explore what science says about the connection between sleep and how you feel, and how to get the kind of sleep your brain actually needs to thrive. Let's wake up to the truth about sleep. You know how plants need sunlight on a regular schedule to grow? Well, your brain needs sleep on a regular schedule to function at its best. We're talking about going to bed and waking up around the same time every day. Yes, even on weekends. I know, sleeping in on Saturday sounds amazing, but trust me on this. Consistency is key when it comes to regulating your body's natural sleep-wake cycle, also known as your circadian rhythm. Think of your circadian rhythm like an internal clock that tells your body when it's time to be awake and alert and when it's time to wind down for sleep. This clock runs on a roughly 24-hour cycle, and it's influenced by light and darkness. When you stick to a consistent sleep schedule, you're basically keeping your internal clock in sync, which leads to better sleep quality and feeling more refreshed during the day. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but Bill, I'm not a robot. I can't just fall asleep and wake up at the exact same time every single day. And you're right, life happens. But even aiming for a consistent sleep schedule, even if you're off by an hour or so on some days, is better than having no schedule at all. Make gradual adjustments to your sleep schedule, moving your bedtime and wake-up time by 15 to 30 minutes each day until you reach your goal. Okay, let's talk about screens. I love a good gadget as much as the next science enthusiast, but when it comes to sleep, our phones, tablets, and computers can be real party poopers. Why? Because they emit something called blue light. Blue light is a type of light on the visible light spectrum that has a short wavelength and high energy. And while we need some blue light exposure during the day to stay alert and regulate our circadian rhythms, getting too much blue light at night can really mess with our sleep. You see, our brains are wired to associate blue light with daytime. When we're exposed to blue light in the evening, it suppresses the production of melatonin, a hormone that helps regulate our sleep-wake cycle. Melatonin is like the Sandman of hormones. It tells our bodies it's time to wind down and get ready for sleep. But when we're constantly bombarding our brains with blue light from our devices, it's like telling our Sandman to take a hike. So, what's a sleep-deprived student to do? The simplest and most effective solution is to establish a digital curfew. Aim to power down all screens at least 1 hour before bedtime. Instead of staring at a screen, try engaging in relaxing activities like reading a book, taking a warm bath, or spending time with loved ones. These activities help signal to your brain that it's time to unwind and prepare for sleep. All right, let's talk about your sleep sanctuary, your bed. Now, your bed should be a haven for rest and rejuvenation, not a place for stress and stimulation. But too often, our beds become a catch-all for everything but sleep. We eat in bed, we work in bed, we scroll through social media in bed. You name it, we do it in bed. But here's the thing. When we use our beds for activities other than sleep, we start to create associations in our brains between our beds and those activities. So, instead of associating our beds with sleep, we start to associate them with work, stress, or entertainment. And this can make it much harder to fall asleep and stay asleep when it's actually time for bed. To break this cycle and reclaim your bed as a sleep sanctuary, it's time to establish some healthy sleep hygiene habits. First and foremost, reserve your bed for sleep and intimacy only. When you use your bed only for sleep, you reinforce the association between your bed and sleep in your brain. This makes it easier to fall asleep faster and sleep more soundly throughout the night. Have you ever noticed how much easier it is to fall asleep in a cool, dark room? That's not a coincidence, my friends. Our bodies are naturally programmed to sleep when it's dark and cool. When the sun goes down, our bodies start producing melatonin, that sleep-inducing hormone we talked about earlier. Melatonin helps to lower our body temperature, preparing us for sleep. A cool bedroom environment can help to facilitate this natural drop in body temperature, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep throughout the night. Most sleep experts recommend setting your thermostat to around 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit for optimal sleep. Now let's talk about darkness. Light signals to our brains that it's time to be awake and alert, which is the opposite of what we want when we're trying to get a good night's rest. To create a truly sleep-conducive environment, make sure your bedroom is as dark as possible. Even small amounts of light, like the glow from your alarm clock or a street light outside your window, can disrupt your sleep. Let's talk about everyone's favorite pick-me-up, caffeine. Now, I'm not here to demonize caffeine. In fact, I enjoy a cup of coffee or tea in the morning as much as the next person. Caffeine can be a great way to boost alertness and improve focus, but timing is everything when it comes to caffeine and sleep. You see, caffeine is a stimulant that works by blocking the effects of adenosine, a neurotransmitter that promotes sleep. When we consume caffeine, it blocks adenosine receptors in our brains, making us feel more awake and alert. However, caffeine has a half-life of about 5 to 6 hours. So if you're drinking a cup of coffee in the afternoon or evening, chances are you'll still have caffeine circulating in your system when it's time for bed. To avoid caffeine-induced sleep disturbances, it's best to limit your caffeine intake in the afternoon and evening. Aim to have your last cup of coffee or tea no later than early afternoon. Imagine this. You're trying to fall asleep, but your mind is racing with thoughts about that upcoming exam, that awkward social interaction you had earlier, or what you're going to have for breakfast tomorrow. Sound familiar? We've all been there. Our minds can be like mischievous little monkeys, constantly swinging from one thought to the next. And when we're trying to fall asleep, this mental chatter can be incredibly frustrating. That's where the power of a bedtime ritual comes in. A bedtime ritual is a series of relaxing activities that you perform in the hour or two leading up to bedtime. It's like sending your brain a signal that it's time to wind down and prepare for sleep. Just like a consistent sleep schedule helps regulate your circadian rhythm, a relaxing bedtime routine can help to calm your mind and prepare your body for sleep. There are endless possibilities when it comes to creating a bedtime ritual that works for you. The key is to choose activities that you find relaxing and enjoyable. Some popular options include reading a book. Curling up with a good book is a great way to escape from the stresses of the day and unwind before bed. Taking a warm bath or shower. The warmth of the water can help to relax your muscles and ease tension, while the sound of the water can have a calming effect on your mind. Listening to calming music or nature sounds. Listening to soothing music or nature sounds can help to slow down your heart rate and quiet your mind. Remember, sleep isn't lazy, sleep is smart self-care. When you sleep well, your brain thanks you with better moods, stronger focus, and calmer feelings. If this helped you, give it a like, share with a sleepy friend, and subscribe for more videos on psychology, habits, and mental health for students just like you. Until next time, dream well, think clear, and take care of your mind.